Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to take a black flash J1538 camera. This is brand new, straight out of the box. All I did was put the antenna on. I'm going to take this black flash J38 camera and I'm going to hook it up to this battery power bank, the PW3624. This is a very common setup with the Cuddelink system. If you put this battery power bank on your camera, you can get, about 6 months, just depending on conditions, how, where you are as far as climate. But that's really what we want to do. What we want to accomplish with the Cuddelink system is we want to be able to set it and forget it. Folks, I am so upset right now because my intention of this video was to take these products out of the box directly, like from start to finish, just to show people from start to finish what you do to get a camera and a power bank like this connected to your system. Anyway, I'm super upset because it was a good video and I was not on camera. Like, the things I was doing with my hands weren't on camera. So let's try this again. So all I've done is screw the antenna into this camera. And by the way, this is gonna be start to finish. So we're gonna load firmware onto this camera, and we're gonna get it functional with the other cameras in my system. So the first thing that we need to do is I'm gonna make sure that this is on camera right now. Goodness. Okay. We need to unscrew this metal screw back here to put the batteries in. So I'm just going to take a quarter and I'm going to unscrew that. I'm going to try and be fast here, guys, but ladies and gentlemen, but bear with me. Okay, so then it opens like that, right? This flap comes down and it opens. There is a picture right on the back here for how the batteries get inserted. Super important to insert batteries correctly for anything. Okay. So the batteries are in. We're going to close it up. Make sure that this is catching all the way on the bottom. Seal. Now I'm going to put the screw back in. I'm going to leave the camera for now, and we are going to put the batteries in the battery power bank. These metal screws need to come out of the back of the battery power bank for the batteries to go in there. So I'm going to take those out. And again, you have the picture in here for how the batteries go. Very important that the batteries are correct. Sometimes it might feel a little bit difficult to get the batteries set in here. You want to have a very tight seal on batteries, and they work better. So that's why I think it's just a tight seal in there. All right, so my batteries are in. I'm going to screw the back on. Now there are a couple different power cords that come with the battery power bank. If you're going straight into a J camera like this, you want to use the one that is the same on each end. Brown ends, yellow. In the battery power bank, it gets inserted in the bottom right here, like so. Put that in there. And then in the camera, this is the front of the camera. Right in the back there is where it goes. I have also, because of the previous video that I did, I got the straps on the tree, so we're gonna put the camera and the power bank on the tree. I went over the straps also, but this is a suspended little piece there that slides right in this V slot on these straps, like so. Okay, so now we're gonna try and get up really close to the camera here so you guys can see, or you all can see what we need to do to get this camera connected to the rest of the cameras in our system. So bear with me while I reposition this so we can get really close here and see exactly what's going on. Because that is what we need. We need to know exactly how to do this. Okay, that looks okay. Let's get a little more level here. Bring this other side down. Okay, I think that's going to do it for us. Okay. Now, the first thing that we're going to do, I have this other SD card in here. When you turn your camera on, your camera, if you bought your camera new, it's not going to be on the latest firmware. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to hit mode until I get to commands here. Commands is with the 3 lines right here. So mode until I get to commands. And then I'm going to hit more until I get to the firmware part of the settings. Now, I just uploaded this because I told you I did a previous video, but it was 710. But I'm just going to do it again just so we know. So this says load firmware. Okay, and once you have the SD card in that has the firmware on it, we're on load firmware, we just hit up twice and it's going to say busy. As soon as you get the green, okay, as soon as it loads, it's going to say welcome. You're actually going to get a green light and a red light when you do it for the first time, but I'm assuming because this camera already had the 8.3 firmware, it went quicker. Okay, so once we're in, press up. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the SD card in the camera that I'm using. That's going to be left in the camera. Okay, so first we have the time here, and we can see it's on 6 a.m. So to adjust the time, all I'm going to do is hit the up arrow, and right now it is 2:30. So I'm on 2. I hit more to get to the minutes and go to 2:30. Okay, when the time is set, hit more to get to date. You can see the date right now is 11/6/20. Right now it is July 1st. So I'm just going to hit the up arrow and get to 7. Hit more to get to the day. Go down to 1. More to go to the year, and up to 21. Okay, after that, we're going to go into commands and we're going to get our link settings correct. And I just want to do the most important things to get this camera talking with the rest of the cameras in my system so I can start receiving pictures from this camera. So I'm going to hit more until I get to the link menu. So link menu. When I get on the link menu, I'm going to hit up twice. Okay, now link mode is remote. That is super important. Your only camera that should say home is your cellular camera. The rest of your cameras are remote. So more, link location. Okay, this is the 8th camera in my system. So if I was turning this camera on for the first time, this location would be 0. And I need to use the up and down arrows to get to the location. So I have this set to 8 and hit more. Link channel. Okay, when you first turn this on, it's not going to say 417. So we need to manipulate the channel settings to get to the channel that we want to be on. Okay, so just use the up and down arrows to do that. And then hit more. You always have your first setting and second setting for your channel once you're on the most recent firmware here. So I'm on 417. This is super important. This camera will not talk to the rest of the cameras in my system, will not talk to the home camera if it's not on the same channel. Going back to the link location, each camera in the system needs a unique location. So like I said, this location is camera location 8. I could not have 2 7s. The system would not work properly. But I now have my location and I have my channel. I'm going to hit more and get to link level. And this is blinking at me right now and it's trying to communicate with the closest camera. And it's going to give a number. And that number is the signal strength of the connection between this camera and the camera that it is communicating with. So let's see what we get here. Ooh, boy. That is way better than I expected. 56, good. Okay, once we get this link level like that, then we can hit mode and arm the camera. So it says it's arming right now. Once it starts counting down, we are in good shape. This camera is good to go. I'm not going to worry about the rest of the settings because many of the settings like picture delay, your picture delay during the day, your picture delay at night, we can change all that from the back end in our account. So we can change that from our phones, from a computer. It's pretty awesome. So I'm not going to worry about naming the camera or anything like that right now. I'm going to move this camera and we're going to finish up this video. So let's see here. All right. Oh boy. Okay, thank you for bearing with me. Hopefully that was very beneficial. If you're a person that is new to the Cuddelink system, or you just purchased cameras and wanted some help setting up your cameras, this system is just awesome. It's literally life-changing from a hunting perspective. My dad last year harvested one of the biggest bucks on our property, a 159-inch 8-pointer, mainframe 8-pointer with some trash, literally 5 days after we put our camera system out. We were only getting the buck on 2 of our cameras, and my dad ended up going to the same stand basically 2.5 days straight, and he killed the buck on the 3rd morning. And we never would have done that. We never would have went to the same stand for 2.5 days straight if we wouldn't have had the information where we could see my dad come into the stand. We'd see deer come across the trail 10 minutes later. They didn't know any human was in the area, and then we'd see that buck come through. He hunted the same stand 2.5 days straight. It allows you to have more information and at your fingertips and make decisions. It's just been awesome. The ability to connect 24 cameras and get text emails from 24 cameras. I mean, the Cuddelink system outperforms any other trail camera system as far as most recent information, covering the most ground. It's just awesome. If you need any help with your cameras, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my phone number in the description below. It doesn't matter to me if you buy cameras from me or from anyone else. If you need help with your system, give me a call. Let's go. It's a revolution. Thanks for watching.